Hey all, it's me, James, and for this video journal, I am going to do the Black Label Barrister Mann Rosemary and Peppermint. I know there's kind of a glare that comes off this nice shiny lid. See if you can catch that. With lanolin and shea butter. So, set that there. I've had the soap blooming, and there's quite a list here. It's potassium stearate, sodium stearate, potassium tallowate, sodium tallowate, aqua, glycerin, essential oils, indoor fragrance, potassium ricinoleate, sodium of the same thing, coconut milk, I'll have it posted, potassium cocoa butterate, sodium cocoa butterate, another fancy name for shea butter, potassium cocaate, sodium cocaate, lanolin, sodium citrate, and tocopherol acetate. So again, this is the Black Label tallow. It's my first B&M tallow, so I'm kind of excited to use this. And again, Con, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it. Mate! Alright, so it's been blooming, and I've had my brush soaking for about 5 minutes or so. This is the Semogue 2000. Just squeezing out this water. I don't want it to be heavily wet at first. I always love catching the last scent that was in the brush. Alright, so I'm going to pour the bloom water into a cup I have sitting over here. Pour a little tiny amount back on top and proceed. Got one of my doggy hairs here on the outside. Alright, and just like always, doesn't matter to me what brush, as long as I'm loading enough to start to get that rich proto lather. It's starting to get there already, if you can see it on the edges there, but I want it just a little bit more moist on the tips. Plenty of product. Wasting soap is not a concern. Plenty of soaps in my den. Alright, so that's probably well enough there into the bristles. So now I'm gonna face lather. So I'm gonna wet my face real quick. Grab this. Oh yeah. Not wasting. Definitely smell the pepperminty, kind of like a cross between, to my nose anyway, the mintiness is like a cross between double mint and spearmint gum with maybe just a little bit more peppermint element to it. but definitely has the sweet tones that I would think of from the spearmint gum, like Wrigley spearmint gum. Put that there. All right. Here we go. So again, this is the first time I've ever used one of their Barrister Mann tallow soaps. Add water as needed. All right. Very nice. Very tight bubbles like I get from most of the tallows and good vegan products. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. Set my brush down. Smell a little bit of the rosemary coming through. Rosemary, if you haven't smelled it, kind of to me almost looks like thistle needles. That's what it reminds me to in the spice anyway. Has kind of an earthy type of grassy type scent to it to me. Alright, going with the Gillette Fat Boy. Very nice. I see I clipped a stray. Boing. Get out of here. Alright. Very slick. Alright, trying to keep the razor from going. Okay. So that was pleasant. No, it's only just a little bit here, but so far no negative effects to the soap. So I'm gonna rinse and repeat. Be right back. Alright, I'm back. It's one of those scents, anytime you get a peppermint, minty type soap, if there's another or other notes in it, the mint can is definitely the first thing you're going to notice first, and then after that you'll catch a hint of the other things that are in the soaps. Like, I couldn't even really smell rosemary just from a dry soap. Once I bloomed it, I could smell it coming through, and I can smell it a little bit now that I'm shaving with it. Alright. Well in the bristles still. One thing I have noticed about me personally is that for any adjustable razor, even though there's a range on them, I tend to like my blades to feel like they're stiffer anyway, which is probably why I get great shaves with the single edge blades, and I do with the E's too. But for me, the least amount of blade gap possible seems to provide me a better shave. As long as there's still some blade coming out the edges, which there is on here, to me that seems to provide me a better shaving experience, just for me. So for me, as far as what I feel against the face, allowing me a comfortable speed of shaving, the Gillette Fat Boy, the Gillette Slam, the Merkur Progress, all those adjustable razors for me all do quite fine. Do very well. And it's funny because a 3 on my Progress and a 3 on this are not alike, but I find that I don't go above that for either, even though I would say that the Progress on 3 is more aggressive than this Fat Boy on 3. I just find it very comfortable on 3. And when I really just feel like I need to do something to where I'm going to shoot for a BBS all over, like on my neck, then I'll just trim this guy down to 1. And this on 1 is very mild and easy for me to clip the sensitive areas on my lower neck, lower and mid neck. Alright, so far, skin's not drying. No irritation that I can detect, which is great. Has that suppleness that you kind of get from a lanolin type soap, and so it feels great so far. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse and get ready for my third pass. Alright, I'm back. Here we go. Alright, so what I do know is, which is true with me anytime I use a bore, is I probably should have went just a little bit longer on loading product so it stays well within these bristles. But this will be plenty. The protection is still there. Don't need a whole lot of lathered for cushion when you have this amount of slickness that's in this soap. So everything should be quite fine. Here we go. Alright, so that's it there. Everything is great. See what we got left in the brush. Bores will soak a lot of hair in there, so definitely be careful for how long you let them sit. Alright. So I should have loaded more anyhow. This is what's left. It's a little soupy-ish, but I attribute that more to just not using a bore as much in the rotation lately than the lather itself. However, again, still plenty slick. One thing I will say is that for me on a straight shave, if I could keep this level through the whole shave because of how good it feels on the skin, this would do quite nice. Very slick. My next go around on it will be with the synthetic or a badger. Just depends on what comes up next in the rotation when I use this soap again. And I'm expecting a much denser bodied lather when I do that. But again, that still wasn't bad. Not by all means. It wasn't uncomfortable at all shaving with. No irritation or discomfort throughout my shave. There's that tingling that's there from the peppermint. So that's there. Very similar to like what you get from menthol. So if that's something that you guys don't like, menthol, then you're not going to want a mint-based type soap either. Because it'll give you that same cooling sensation. But other than that, it's a great product. Like it. Scent's top notch again. Thanks, Con. I really appreciate it, bro. And until I see you guys next time, hope everything goes well for you. Thank you for watching.